We now go across the street to AEW. They had homecoming in Jacksonville at Daly's Place. I don't know. What I wanted to tune in for, I thought that it was going to be a match, but it wasn't a match. It was a backstage brawl between Big Bill and Powerhouse Hobbs. I thought it was going to be a match. I didn't think that, well, I should have known better because Hobbs was like, saying, I'll meet you in the parking lot Saturday. I'll meet you in the parking lot. They met in the parking lot, all right. They met in the parking lot and they brawled all over the parking lot. Hobbs was hitting them with shit. Security came and broke it up. And Big Bill was like, I see you. I'll see you. Let's just run through this show because I really don't have nothing really to say about it. I do, but we'll run through it. Yeah, Samoa Joe versus Nick Wayne at the start of the match, and everybody was from the corral. Everybody was crowding Joe, and then Hook and Shibata came out. This was just a warm-up match for Samoa Joe. Nick Wayne he had a little bit of offense, but he really didn't do too much. Samoa Joe won in the end. You had Kazuchika Okada versus Commander. Okada won. Why is he just going up against like the same people? You see the same people. Like if he's going to just have a wrestling match, you have a lot of people on that roster that you can fill in these spots. Commander is on every fucking collision and he gets beaten and it goes nowhere. Where's Hologram? Where's all these people here that you can have Okada go up against that he can just beat? I don't know. Then you had that brawl that I was just mentioning. And then before Adam Cole and his crew went out there to face Daniel Garcia and his crew, he was back there. And AJ and Big Justice was back there with him. And they did the boom thing, go give him the boom, whatever. I don't know. Maybe I need to go to Costco to figure out the fucks about that damn cookie. Maybe I need to go there. But it seems like, they're giving AJ and Big Justice like big airtime ever since they had that match at what pay-per-view? Don't really remember. But then it goes into like the 6-man tag match. You have the 6-man tag, the trios. You wonder if they're going to give him the trios championship. They should really just do away with those titles and just put everybody in the tag team division for Bobby Lashley and the Hurt Syndicate to really go at it. But the Undisputed Kingdom won. It was fine for what it is. I'm not going to say that it was a bad match. It was fine for what it is. Then you had Mariah May and Toni Storm. They had a face-to-face with Shivani in the ring. Mariah looks at Toni, sees nothing. She thinks about her. She feels nothing. And in the hearts of the fans, she is nothing. Toni is a joke, a meme. They laugh at her and then forget about her. May does not care about her and has never cared about her. She was the dumbest pawn she used to dominate this division. And if she has to remind her again in Australia, so be it. As good as she feels right now, she will get off humiliating her in her hometown. Thick Tony tell her this. Thick Tony says that she's her biggest fan. Everything that she has done is amazing. She's an inspiration. One day she wants to be just like her. Can you believe that? She hugs her just like Mariah May used to hug Timeless Toni Storm. Mariah slaps Toni and then beats her down with the title. Before Mariah left, she spits on Toni. Thick Tony get on the mic and said, "What makes you think I've forgotten? It's time for her moment in the sun. They say the hardest role you will ever play is yourself. What we have just witnessed is a performance of a lifetime." Storm tells May that she may have been born from her womb, but she will ram her right back up there. After that, she will rip her tits off. Timeless Toni Storm is back. All of this could have been made on Dynamite to build this up because this championship is the women's championship. So why do you have to have Mariah May not on your flagship show, but on your secondary show just because Dynamite is on fucking TBS? That makes no sense. This could have been something, and it could have been something on Dynamite. But then again, it's on Collision, a show that no one watches. I just cover it because I do wrestling reviews, and I love wrestling. So there you go. Good segment. I liked it. Then you have Gates of Agony versus Brody King and Buddy Matthews. They come out with this new biker gimmick, street gimmick, whatever the case may be. They're hungry dogs. They're hungry dogs. And Malachi Black, man, I'm glad that he's not over here. But Brody King and Buddy Murphy, they make a really good tag team. I can see them going up against the Hurt Syndicate. I got to give them their just due. I think that they're a really good tag team. You know that Malachi is going to go over to WWE. It remains to be seen if he's let go like CM Punk was let go. But if he can make the Rumble, I'm pretty sure they'll put him in the Rumble. But Brody King, Buddy Matthews get the win over Gates of Agony. We'll see what happens with this tag team. We'll see if they build them up or will they just be a tag team on Collision. You have a TBS #1 contendership between Queen Aminata, Deonna Purrazzo, Yuka Sakazaki, and Serena Deeb. The winner, Yuka Sakazaki. This division just doesn't make any sense to me because none of these women are elevated because none of these women really win. Every woman that was in this match is losers. All of them are losers. Every time they're on TV, they lose. So why should I care? Kazuchika Okada laughs at Brody King and Buddy Matthews, barking during their interview. He tells Buddy that he barks like a bitch. Matthews challenges him to a match for the Continental title, but Okada declines, and Buddy calls him a bitch. Why wasn't this on Dynamite is beyond me. This should have been on Dynamite. This is a story that should be on Dynamite. And this is a story that can have both Okada and Matthews elevated because neither one of them, they're just there. Okada has the Continental title, but does the Continental title mean anything? He doesn't really. I don't understand. Big Bill and Powerhouse Hobbs continue to fight, but this time in the ring. And the ringside area, Bill tries hitting Hobbs with a brick because before in the parking lot, he just threw a brick at him and missed. Man can't throw worth a shit. And he couldn't throw worth a shit here. Hobbs throws him on the stage with a belly-to-belly suplex through a table. So there you go. Don Callis, the family at the dinner table. Brian Cage doesn't know what the problem is. When they outnumber Ospreay and Omega 5-2, Callis tells them not to underestimate Kenny. There you go. Don't underestimate Kenny. The guy that should win your world title, who should not be in this feud, but who should be feuding with Moxley for the title. Like I said, it should be Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay to win that title. But it's going to go to Darby Allin whenever he gets back climbing mountains. So there you go. You have the International Championship with Konosuke Takeshita versus Shibata. I really enjoyed this match. I ain't going to lie. I was looking at it and I was really digging it. So there you go. Takeshita won and retains the championship. I don't know, man. This show had a lot of stuff that I thought that was kind of okay. But at the same time, you could have done so much with some of this stuff being on Dynamite. And some of the stuff that's on Dynamite, it needs to be here. Like Mercedes Moné, she shouldn't be on Dynamite. She needs to be on Collision. A lot of the shit that they have on Dynamite should be here, and a lot of the stuff that should be here should be on Dynamite. Does that make sense? Like Samoa Joe and Nick Wayne. If you're going to have that match, have it on Dynamite. Don't have it on Collision. It's just a lot. If you look at the lineup for these matches, like, is it enough to make you want to tune in? You have to be like the hardcore of hardcore AEW fans to tune in to watch this show on a Saturday night. The only reason why I watched this show is because I wanted to see what Hobbs and Big Bill do. And they didn't do anything. Yeah, they fought throughout the show, but like I wanted to see a match. On the other channel, I saw a match. Yeah, it went to a disqualification, but it's kind of like the same thing. Strowman and Fatu are exactly like Big Bill and Hobbs. It's the same dynamic, just on different across the street. But this here, I didn't get that. You're having a fatal four-way match full of losers. I don't care about these women. Serena Deeb is here and she hadn't been seen since Nobody Cares. You'll never see Britt Baker again. The Gates of Agony, they're losers. They've been losers for a long time. And you just fed them to Brody King and Buddy Matthews. Now, you just presented them as a tag team, but now you're trying to put Buddy Murphy as a singles because he wants to go up against Okada for the title. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? I don't get it. I don't get it. Maybe somebody can explain that to me. But for right now, Collision is what it is. I'm going to give this show a D+ because it's just nothing happening. Nothing happening. A nothing 6-man tag match that went nowhere. Shibata and Takeshita, that, as good as it was just a match that you just thrown together so that he can have a championship match. The face-to-face with Toni Storm and Mariah May shouldn't have been on Collision. It should be on a place where this is your Women's World Championship, and you're treating the Women's World Championship like a secondary title, and you're treating the title that Mercedes has as the world title. It's backwards, bro. Okada and Commander. I'm tired of seeing Commander. He gets beat, and beating him does not gain Okada nothing because he just beat a nothing person. Samoa Joe and Nick Wayne, I don't know. But this is why Collision has low ratings. And the hardcore watch it. But man, I was suckered into watching this show again. For the second week in a row, they got me. And I watched it. And for the second week in a row, you got me. You won't get a third, motherfucker. You won't get a third. Because I don't know, man. But it baffles me how this guy can't book a fucking show. It baffles me. And you look at this lineup, you think Okada, Joe, Deonna Purrazzo, Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and all of them. You look at that and you think that this show will be awesome. But no one on this show has been elevated, and they're just stagnant. They're in purgatory. They're just stuck there. They want you to think that Mariah May is this great women's world champion, and she's fucking not. She's green as all outdoors. Toni Storm should have never even lost that title. They need to get that title back on Toni. Timeless Toni Storm is back. So, we got that to look forward to. But that was your Collision review. I don't know if I'm going to watch this shit next week. I don't know. But catch y'all later.